you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture.
The Home Slice Group. Your customers love your business, but you need more of them. That's where we come in. We work with great brands, connecting them to the right audience using video, website development, digital, and audio. All tied together with intelligent media placement to get as many people to your front door as possible. You concentrate on running your business while we concentrate on growing your business. Elevate your brand with us, the Home Slice Group.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
At Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our two locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, exit 48, Somerset. Newell Golf Club, located just minutes outside of town, the friendly hometown golf course. Come play a round of golf in a laid-back atmosphere and enjoy the views that western South Dakota has to offer. Newell Golf Club strives to be a community leader, offering the course to the Newell High School and middle school golf teams free of charge and hosting multiple community golf tournaments throughout the season. First-time members get half off membership fees. Look us up on Facebook.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Rocky Newenhouse in Corsica, Platte, Mitchell, and Huron at 605-946-5606.
Would you buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Z Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Z Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Grossenberg's Kids Coloring Contest is this month. All kids 6 to 12 years old are eligible to win a $100 gift certificate for John Deere merchandise at Grossenberg Implement. The contest ends December 31st, with all 9 locations submitting their winners. Then, in mid-January, we will take all 18 winners and put them on our Facebook to be judged by our Facebook friends. And that winner will be eligible for the $200 grand prize gift certificate. So have some fun this month and have your children or grandchildren earn some green with Grossenberg Implement's Kids Coloring Contest.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best. shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Sturgis Strikers is your hometown bowling alley that is locally owned and operated. Come on down and bowl a game, join a league, or have a birthday party. Don't forget Friday and Saturdays are Blacklight Bowling Nights. Conveniently located off 1st and LaSalle Street, stop in and grab your morning coffee from 5-8 Espresso. Not a coffee person? No problem. Grab a tea or smoothie. And if you're going to grab a drink, why not grab a Daylight donut or two? All located inside Sturgis Strikers off 1st and LaSalle. Grocery Mart.
care in Sturgis. Visit northernhillseye.com.
You're listening to Sturgis Scooper Sports on the Big 81 KBHB.
We welcome you back into West Gymnasium at Sturgis Brown High School on this Thursday night, and it's the season opening match for the Sturgis Scoopers, hosting a duel tonight against their arch rival, the Spearfish Spartans. All right, guys, we're ready to get going with the girls' varsity here tonight.
Okay, guys, we're getting ready for the face-off, and here it comes at 107. We have Annalie Pearson and Haven Baker. Guys, this is, whether it be girls wrestling or not, this is a grudge match.
Indeed.
130, 114 is open for the Sturgis Scoopers. Now the Scoop will win that. For Spearfish, Cadence Hand and Piper Roberts pair off at 120. Lily Gloat doesn't have anyone to wrestle tonight, Greg.
Not today.
Yeah.
If you won't hear me yelling
Won't hear
on the air today.
That's right.
Well, maybe.
Maybe. At 132, we're going to have Brooklyn Baird against Candace Matusta. 138, Eleanor Jacobs and Kibler Heiser as we finish the face-offs. Katie Wilkins will take on Matilda Matusta. And 152, it looks like Spearfish has nobody. We have Shelby Werliger. And at 185, Spearfish has Macy Shockey. As we're finishing up the face-offs here at West Gym in Sturgis, South Dakota. I'll tell you what, I'm ready for wrestling, guys. I love football. And by the way, bad news, the Lions are ahead of the Packers 7-0. I know.
That's bad news?
When you're a Green Bay Packer
that's
shareholder,
right, I forgot. Yes.
Or as I call myself, the NFL owner in Sturgis, that ain't good. And you know how offensive, if you will, the Detroit Lions are this year.
And they're very good at Ford Field.
Yeah, at Ford Field, you give them 7 points, it may be a long game after that.
Although they let the Chicago Bears come back on Thanksgiving Day.
They did, but they're the Bears.
That's true. We're talking about the Bears. So we'll keep an eye on that score for you, Coach, as we're moving along.
I appreciate that, and let's keep an eye on the clock so we don't do it to Bears.
Let's not do that. Don't forget our first Scooper basketball game is coming up a week from tomorrow night. Not for a week yet. Scoopers just started basketball practice. That will be at Custer. We'll be bringing that to you next week. But tonight we're all about Scooper wrestling here, gentlemen. And when these two teams get together, it's always, like you said, Coach, a grudge match. And we're expecting that here tonight.
And it really is. I mean, Spearfish is short on numbers, but these individual wrestlers will get out there, and they will get after it. And here we go at 107. This is Annalie Pearson and Haven Baker. Referee gets ready for the shake. And the wrestling. Spearfish playing a little defensive here. There's the attack. Takedown by Sturgis.
Boy, quick takedown.
Yeah,
quick takedown, but what a recovery by Spearfish.
They give Spearfish the takedown there. We didn't have control. So they kept wrestling. Spearfish gets through there. Looks like they got the takedown on that one.
So Spearfish wrestler had 3-0 on the takedown. Potentially dangerous called. Stop the match. And here we go. Again, we're at 107. Haven Baker of Spearfish. Annalie Pearson of Sturgis.
Nice reversal there by Annalie. Got her on her back. Got 2 for the reversal. Refs counting those back points right now. Good fight off the bottom from Spearfish.
And now back points are going to Spearfish.
Going to go out of bounds there. The ref's going to call that after awarding the 4 near fall points. No control and just a loss of control, so Spearfish gets the escape point there.
So right now it's 6-4.
Yep.
Sturgis wrestler on top. That'd be Annalie Pearson. We have a timeout for injury. It looks like we have a bloody nose, and of course, under the blood rules, you have to stop the match, stop the bleeding, and try to clean everything up as we see our young managers out there trying to clean up the mat at this time.
Yeah, they'll double check that mat just to make sure they get all that fluid up. Yep.
Yeah, and that came into effect about 20 years ago.
I was going to say it's been about a couple decades. I think I was trying to think the first year they did that. Yeah, it was early 2000s, I think, when they
I think it was.
instilled that.
Nicole Burr. We've been calling it Anna Lee. Sorry about that,
Apologize
everybody.
about that. Change in the schedule, so Nicole is out there.
See if I have that on the schedule here.
And we go back to neutral position. Looks like we were out of bounds.
Oh, did they find some more? Nope, there they go. All good.
And here we go. We back go into wrestling. Spearfish wrestler trying to get her up high. Sturgis wrestler. And looks like Spearfish is going to get back points on this one.
Got her there.
Counting up back points. Keep fighting.
Oh,
Keep
yep,
fighting
still
off
fighting.
of that.
And they got
Oh,
it.
there
They got it,
the
yep.
fall. Back and forth, back and forth.
Wow.
So Spearfish gets the first match in the girls' match tonight. Now, how many points do you get for a pin?
For a pin, team scoring is different during a duel than during a tournament. So in a duel, the Spearfish will get 6 points there for that fall. Tech fall, or by winning by 15 points, you'll get yourself 5. A major decision, which is winning by between 8 and 14 points, you're going to get 14 points for that. And if you win a match by 1, anywhere between 1 and 7 points, looking for 3 team points there.
Okay, back to live wrestling. We have we're a little bit behind on our scheduling there because they've kind of mixed it up a little bit.
Yep, they kind of have, yep.
We'll get a name for you here in just a second. Spearfish and Sturgis, course wrestling on the mat. Wrestler's circle.
It's good. Again, as I mentioned, points here, the 3 points for the takedown is going to benefit the aggressor in this match. So it's going to be a very, very important to be aggressive. Spearfish goes ahead and takes down that Sturgis wrestler at the time.
Yep.
And it looks like maybe scored some near fall
Got
there
the
as
3
well.
points, yep.
Yep, we've got 3 points for the
3
takedown.
points for Spearfish.
4 points for the near fall.
So it's just like that, up 7-0.
Yep.
So 1:09 in the first period. 7-zip. Spearfish wrestler on top.
Sturgis wrestler here is Mia Usera.
And this is 235. And she's got Macy, Shockey, and Shockey now just picked up 4 more, I think, Greg. So 11-0.
Sure did. Yep. And this is what I was talking about with those with the accelerated points, with the takedowns and the potential for a 4-point near fall. Now, there's a chance for matches to get away from you in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about what happens if they get to, is it 14 or 15, Greg?
15 points. At that point, they will stop the match, and it's they call it a technical fall or a tech fall. Just got a reversal. Mia just got a reversal there. Got 2 points back. Now working on top, looking for some arm bars, halves, cross faces, anything we can do here. Keeping pressure on right now very, very nicely. Down 11-2 is Mia, but working hard. This is the deal. You've got to keep wrestling no matter what. If you're down 14-0, you keep wrestling, because at any point you put your opponent to their back. I mean, it just takes a pin, and it doesn't matter how far down you were. Right here, we just got a.
So it was just a technical call.
Yep.
On Mia, so Spearfish is going to get a point there.
A point. And did they say what the technical foul was?
I didn't catch it.
Did you tell what it was?
I think they did. I kind of
12-2.
missed it.
Yep.
I missed what the call was. It looks like we've got some more blood time out there working. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying here, it is so important to just continue to wrestle and keeping in the right headspace so that you can continue to do that. Mia found herself down there 11 points. And just like that, found herself on top looking for a half. I mean, you get that half and turn your opponent. I mean, the game changes just like that.
And how many times you've seen in the sport of wrestling someone down by, say, 10 points, which is a lot in wrestling, and all of a sudden his opponent opens up, you flip him on the back, pin him, match is over.
Looks like the technical point there. What happened was Mia's fingers got into that headgear. Grabbing the headgear was the call. You cannot do that.
So the Sturgis wrestler was grabbing the headgear, and that's why they gave him the technical.
That is correct. Ref's going to give a caution now. When restarting, in this case, Spearfish was down, so they will restart where Spearfish is down. When Sturgis is getting on top here, you've got to have your head right in the center of the back and your hand just over the belly button, and your other hand on the elbow. If you are not in any of those positions, that is not a legal starting place, and so you'll get a caution for that. Too many cautions will start awarding you points. Spearfish got to their feet here, but Mia's working to get her back down to the mat. She's unsuccessful in returning her there and got a stalling call. Time runs out on the period.
So is that a stall call or is it a stall warning? Because you get a warning, don't you?
You do get a warning. You're going to get two, but you'll get one warning, and then you start giving up some points there.
Okay. All right, we're back. I believe we are now in the
second, right?
Second, right?
Yep. 13-2 lead for Macy.
It's hard when you don't have your glasses, Gary.
I agree. That's why I'll help you out, my friend.
Thank you.
Yep.
High school wrestling consists of 3 2-minute periods.
Spearfish wrestler on top. Here's Sarah's turn. Oh, she turns into her.
Turned into her there. We've got to fight off her back. That ref's counting near fall. Looks like he got to 4 seconds already, so we're going to be giving up 4 points here. Got to keep fighting, Spearfish looking for the fall, and got it. Another 16 points for Spearfish there. Just like you were saying, Bob, the Spearfish team may be small. That does not mean those wrestlers' hearts are big, their efforts are big, and they're good wrestlers.
They really are. I mean, you watch this team, and these Spearfish wrestlers, they came to wrestle, and they're ready to go on this one. Nice wrestling match. Spearfish does well.
Nevaeh Peters is going to be coming out here for the next match at 120.
It looks like she'll be with Piper Roberts for Spearfish. That's the other thing. If you're just listening, lots of times coaches will change at the last second who the wrestler is based on their abilities, and it's really good for a strategy in a match, but really messes up your sports announcers. So if you just joined us, Spearfish in the girls varsity is ahead 12-0 in the match, and we've just started the next match.
Nice shot there by Nevaeh. Got in on that high crotch. Looking to secure it. There's that 3-point takedown. Now working cross faces, looking for the butcher. Very nice work. Keeping that pressure on, looking for a cradle. Got that cradle hooked up. Now we just got to tip her back. Nope. Lost that lock.
Had her there, yep.
Yeah, she kicked out of that one.
Yep.
So again, got it hooked up one more time. Nope.
1:22 left in the first period. Sturgis wrestler up 3-0. And there's
got it. Nice work by Nevaeh there, just keeping that pressure from one move to the next. That cradle didn't work, went to something else. Next cradle didn't work, went to something else, and until.
and like you said, Greg, it happens so fast. We're watching for points, watching what you're seeing, but then all of a sudden you have a pin.
Yep, it's just like that. It can happen awful quick.
And Nevaeh gets Sturgis' first win, and that was at 126.
So now it's 12-6 in the match. Next up, we're looking here.
Just like we were talking, there's a lot of new faces on this girls' team, which is amazing. And apologies for.
And there's a pin by Spearfish.
Boy, that was quick.
That was a quick one.
We were still waiting for Tim Potts to tell us who the wrestlers were. We have a pin already.
13-second fall there for Spearfish. That was. I'm sorry. So that was Jenica Lane.
I think that was 13-second pin.
Wow, that was fast. Yeah. So Spearfish girls go up 18-6 in the match with that pin, and it's 6 points for a pin, right?
That is correct. Yep, 6 points. Coming up next here at
Katie
120,
Wilkins,
Caden's hand, I believe, is. Yep. something to note about Cadence, she is just an 8th grader. She just completed the middle school season, did very well there, and finds herself on a varsity mat right now, 1 week later.
Yeah, and she shows that she's been wrestling this year.
She
gets the takedown.
She put in some time. Her family takes her all across the country to wrestling matches throughout the year, and you know that when you put in that much time on the mat and get that much mat time, you're going to see big leaps and bounds and improvements, and Cadence is no exception to that. She's currently out there, got that takedown, working the half, looking for a bar on the far side. Spearfish doing a good job fighting that off.
If you just joined us, Katie Wilkins is ahead 3-0. We're in the first period. Well, excuse me. I really need my glasses. Cadence Hand is ahead. Yep. My apologies.
Yep. 3-hand again, keeping that pressure on top, finding those little gaps to get your arm bars, get your half in there, get those cross faces. But Spearfish is doing a good job trying to build back up to their base. Cadence doing a good job keeping her back down. Returned back to the mat there by Cadence. Spearfish going to have to try it again. Trying a little hip heist there. Cadence got that arm blocked.
19 seconds left in the first period.
Looking for a half on that near side.
Sturgis wrestler head 3-0.
Half in the bar. Man, Spearfish doing a great job fighting those halves off.
Yeah, that was very evenly there since that first 3 points she picked up.
You know, when you first saw Cadence come in, you thought that, okay, here she's going to go.
She was off to a fast start.
She was off to a fast start, and the Spearfish wrestler just countered very nicely.
Second period.
It's true. Cadence won the toss there, deferred to Spearfish. Spearfish chooses top.
Is there a strategy in that, Greg?
Yeah. there's a lot. You know, I mean, where are you good at? And if it's your choice, you want to get yourself in the best position to score some points. So I mean, if you're really good on your feet and you think you're going to be good at getting those takedowns, you're going to choose neutral or both up. A lot of wrestlers will choose down there because it's an opportunity to get an escape or a reversal, get some quick points there. If you're unsure and maybe you're real good on top, go ahead and choose that. In this case, Cadence got away, got that escape, just took her down for another 3-point takedown, currently up 7-0, and back on top working those halves and bar arms.
If you just joined us, Cadence Hand of Sturgis going against Piper Roberts of Spearfish.
And just under a minute. Second period.
Working.
Yeah, she's working it, but
going to go ahead and cut her loose. Give up that 1 point, get that takedown. The ref did not let her get completely away. So at this point,
so she's not going to get the takedown point.
Cadence is still considered on top right now, in control of this. Even though they're both on their feet, there was no escape given. And Cadence returns her to the mat. We are right where we were when she first tried to cut her loose. Out of bounds there, loss of control. Cadence pushes her away. Spearfish gets that 1 point escape, 7-1. With 21 seconds left in the second period, here comes Cadence again, looking for another takedown. Got 20 seconds to do it in.
So there's the stall call.
Got that stall call. You cannot continue to back up.
It looked like the Spearfish wrestler was backing off the mat.
That is what happened, and that, again, the aggressor is going to be a nice little slide by there on her feet, got behind. Now we're going to look for a mat return. There it is, another 3-point takedown for Cadence. She's looking good. And again, just an 8th grader here.
Man.
So.
Yeah. So Cadence Hand is up 10-1. We're going into the third period now.
Yep.
Cadence's choice, since she deferred that option on the first one, she goes ahead and goes neutral. Knows that she can take her down. She's going to go ahead and work towards that.
She is very quick on the attack.
Yes, she is. You know, and that's one thing with the new scoring system. You get 3 points. Let them up, take them down. That can really get you some points.
Yeah, it sure can. Well, and I was telling Terry Anderson, who works a little bit on here, you might know the guy, I was telling him earlier that in years past, if you were just to take somebody down and let them up, take them down and let them up, you needed to get 15 takedowns for a tech fall.
Okay.
Now, with the accelerated scoring here with the 3 points, you're just looking at 7 takedowns and you can win that match if you're only giving up escapes.
So it's 13-2.
13 now for Cadence, yep.
1:16 left in the final period. Cadence hand to Sturgis, working her over, trying to break her down.
Got that half in deep. Now got to get over on the side and get out and run it. Get out and run it. Run that head.
Need to get on your tippy toes.
There we go. Spearfish fighting that
there
off.
It is.
There it is. We're getting back points. There's 2, 3. We got a 3 count, 4 count. We've got 4 near fall secured. That's going to put it at 17-2, which will be a tech fall unless Cadence can get the pin. This is where it's important for team points. You want that pin because it's an extra.
There it is.
Yep.
And there it is.
So what you're saying is lots of times the referees will allow the match to continue to see if the wrestler can pin.
If you've got your opponent in danger and of being pinned, that those near fall points won't be awarded until that move is complete. So at that point, Cadence is still up, whatever that was, 12.
36.
Yeah. And so so those points haven't been awarded yet, so they're going to continue to wrestle. Looks like Eleanor Jacobs coming out on the mat. Eleanor Jacobs.
She's a sophomore for Sturgis. Score in the match is 18-12. Spearfish on top. Eleanor Jacobs from Sturgis is out.
Ooh, nice. Eleanor just countered that, kind of threw a little headlock. Good balance there. Got the takedown up 3-0.
And this looked like Kimberlyn Heisler for Spearfish.
And this is 138 pounds.
And there's a reversal for Spearfish.
Right, so now we're at 3-2. Got to keep basing up out here. Spearfish has a nice chicken wing going. She's looking to just walk around the head to get and to expose that back for some near fall points. Eleanor's doing a great job at fighting that off. Got to her belly again, nothing awarded. And
Spearfish trying to turn her.
Goes right to the butcher.
Kimberly Heisler doing a great job out there.
There we go. She's got to turn. Refs counting off those near fall back points. Also keeping an eye on that pin. And
there's the pin.
Yep.
So Kimberly Heisler will defeat Eleanor Jacobs at the 138 match. You know, we were talking about the athleticism of these girls especially. We're watching this match, and they are tied up like pretzels at one point.
Yeah.
And they keep moving.
They just keep moving.
It's an incredible athleticism on the part of these girls.
Here's Katie Wilkins. Katie was a first-year wrestler last year. Started off, when it's your very first year, there's quite the learning curve. Katie took some beatings early and kept her nose to the grindstone and just would not give up and found herself winning a ton of matches near the end. Ended up qualifying for state as a first-year wrestler, qualifying for the state tournament. I should have checked this. I believe that she got one win at the state tournament, which is not an easy task.
Incredible.
Just an amazing deal on a first-year wrestler. So Katie's future is bright.
So Katie Wilkins has taken on Matilda Matusta.
At 145.
Matusta got that takedown, working the half here. Katie's trying to fight that off.
3-0, first period. Spearfish in the lead.
Matusta reverses the half, got Katie turned on her back. She's fighting it. You got to keep fighting it here. We got about a minute left.
That's a long time to fight it. But
not yet. She's still fighting it.
Doing a great job fighting that off.
Yeah, she's trying her best to
get
out of there. Not going to do it. Yep.
A lot of times there, time is just on your side. So as that top wrestler, you just kind of continue to squeeze and wear out the opponent, and eventually they flatten out, and that's kind of what happened there.
Yeah, people, I don't think you realize how hard it is to fight that off for a full minute and a half.
Oh, it's so exhausting, so exhausting. That is not a spot where you want to find yourself. You can help it.
So next up we're going to check, see who's on the mat. Again, they kind of changed the roster on us a little bit. We'll get those names to you in just a second.
Spearfish with a quick takedown there, working a half and a far bar. Good job fighting it off. The ref is showing locked hands on top. They're going to stop
for
the
Spearfish.
match.
Yep.
They're going to stop the match. Give
one to Sturgis.
Give Shelby Whirlinger is who we're watching right now.
Makita Razor of Spearfish, her opponent.
So explain to me what that call is.
So when you're on top, unless you're in a pinning combination, you cannot lock your hands on top. If you lock your hands, the ref's going to stop the match and award a penalty point to the opponent. That's where we were there. Action, good motion on the bottom, and a lot of times that'll cause a locked hands call. Right now, Spearfish working a cradle again. We're fighting that off awful nice, not giving up near fall until right now.
Oh,
got to break that lock. Fight those hands. Looking to fight those hands and break that lock.
Shelby
couldn't do it.
Pinned.
Yep.
So at 1:17 in the first period, Spearfish will win that one. Shelby Whirlinger gets pinned. Match now is 36-12, Spearfish on top. And if you're wondering, it's still 7-0 Detroit over Green Bay Packers.
So 36-12 lead for Spearfish.
Anna Lee Pearson is now up.
Here comes Anna Lee.
We tried to give her a match earlier, but here she
yeah,
actually
well,
is.
Get a little ahead of myself.
Anna Lee also, point of interest, just an 8th grader. Last year as a 7th grader, qualified for state and placed. Anna Lee, I mean, seriously, she ends up 6th place at state last year as a 7th grader.
A lot of good things coming from this young gal.
I see nothing but growth here. So Anna Lee Pearson is going against Haven Baker, Spearfish.
Anna Lee got in on a nice shot, trying to complete that takedown. Got to get around, cover those hips. There that is. 3 points awarded to Anna Lee. Looking for a tilt here. Got the legs split. Looking for a chicken wing.
The chicken wing is what? I've done a real good dessert.
That is hard to explain, but
you're pinning both elbows back. Is that right?
Well, you can just have one double chicken wing. You're looking to pin both elbows.
That's a single chicken wing.
Yep.
Okay. Not to be confused with
very nice.
buffalo rings and chicken wings.
Now you're hungry, aren't you?
Now I'm
Coach?
hungry.
Yes.
Ref's going to stop the match here for potentially dangerous. Just a weird turn, and the referees do a good job at these young athletes. They try and protect those joints. Like you said, they can get twisted up pretty good, and so anything that could potentially cause an injury, the ref's going to stop if he can. So we're just going to restart here. Annalise still on top. That chicken wing, far bar, looking to run that around the head, flatten her out.
Anna Pearson up 3-0. 37 seconds left in the period. Go ahead.
Got that. Oh, we lost all the holds, but we still have her on her back. All right, looking for a half again here. The ref did get some near fall in there. I can't quite tell if we got 3 or 4 out of that. We'll see, but he's not going to award those points until this hold is broken. Annalise got the butcher looking to circle ahead. Got her turned again. 10 seconds remaining in the period. Up 3-0. Two, 1, and time. We're going to have held her there long enough to get a 4-point near fall out of that.
4. Yep.
So it's 7-0. We're going into the second period now with Anna Lee Pearson and Haven Baker, Spearfish.
Anna Lee wins coin toss, defers over to Spearfish. Spearfish is going to choose down.
Very quickly, now that they flip a coin to decide who gets to make the call?
Correct. So there is a red side of that coin and a green side of that coin. Home is always green. So came up green. Anna Lee, being the home wrestler here from Sturgis, got to make that decision first. But yep, it's just a coin flip on who gets to make that decision. Anna Lee quickly puts her back to her back, counting off near fall just like that. Again, great fight from the bottom position, but there's four more near fall for Anna Lee. Up 11-0, minute and 30 left in the second period. Lets her up. Got an escape point for Spearfish, so it's 11-1. Circling, nice head tap and a shot. Just to get her off balance there, just fakes towards the head, gets in on those legs, really nice.
Oh, look at this.
Puts her right
Good
to her
takedown.
back. Got a 3-point takedown, put her right to her back. We're up 14-1 right now, so at this point, this match is over. So is it going to be a tech fall or a pin?
Right. The ref will let it go to see if she gets the pin.
Yep, 5 or 16 points coming here. Need that pin to get the 6. Lifting that head, lifting that arm.
Yeah, a
put
little
the squeeze
bite
on.
43 seconds left in the period.
Spearfish looking to fight that arm through. Anna Lee traps
Anna Lee
it.
trying to complete it here.
She's getting it.
Getting
up on her tippy toes, pushing it hard.
Keeping that weight on, squeeze on the head, and that is just such a long time to
There it
fight.
is. There
There's
she got
the
it.
ball. Anna Lee comes away with a pin. That was
Wow.
decisive.
You know, it's kind of like going to the rodeo and watch bulldogging. You know, they get them rubber necks going, and it's kind of hard to get them over.
And that's just persistence. Remember, like you said, Greg, she's just an 8th grader, so this is just going to get even better for her.
She is going to be so solid for so long. People are going to be sick of seeing that name, I promise.
So we go to the 132-pounder, Brooklyn Baird versus Candace Matusta for Spearfish. Brooklyn for Sturgis.
Matsuda.
Matsuda.
Yeah,
Thank you. That's worse than Havila. Matsuda, and I apologize for the mispronunciation. Matsuda.
That was one of my fears coming into this. Names are hard.
Yes. Names are hard.
Indeed.
All right, Spearfish gets in on a nice shot there. Took Brooklyn down.
Gotta go, Brooklyn.
All right. Looking to get some motion on the bottom here. Get that escape at least. Working on hand control, If you can control your opponent's hands, they cannot get themselves into any sort of a pinning combination or hold, so you want to do your very best to control your opponent's hands.
Spearfish up 3-0 in the period, 1:04 left.
Keep that motion. You got to keep moving on bottom. As soon as you stop, that's when your opponent can start putting together some moves. But if you keep that motion, they're just following at that point. Brooklyn's doing a nice job working on those hands, but we got to get moving.
So it almost looks like the Spearfish wrestler is what we call riding the hip. What's that mean, Greg?
Just she's kind of keeping hip to hips. You're covering those hips. It makes it very difficult to move. You do have to move off of those hips periodically, otherwise you can get called for stalling. You've got to clear the hips and try and work towards some sort of a pinning combination is always the goal here. Brooklyn steps up, looking to get away. Spearfish going to try and capitalize on a cradle, but
and there's your escape.
Brooklyn does a good job with that hand control and finds the escape. Now looking to go on offense. End of the period right now. Spearfish up 3-1. Coin flip comes up red, so now we're going to have Spearfish making that call. She's going to defer to Brooklyn. Brooklyn's going to choose down. So again, we're down 2 points here. Brooklyn's looking to get an escape, pull back to within 1, and then go to work on her feet. Fighting hands. Matsuda's doing a great job keeping that pressure. Keeping Brooklyn's head down.
Candace Matsuda has wrestled before, and it shows.
Brooklyn comes away with the escape there. Now it's 3-2, and again, going to work on our feet. One thing that Brooklyn is quite good at is applying pressure. She will push into you. She also has a great sense of when not to push too hard. You get to pushing too hard and you open yourself up to some throws and some different things, but Brooklyn will kind of beat you up if you stand right in front of her.
So it looked like at one point Brooklyn was trying to snap down the Spearfish wrestler. How do you do that?
Yep, just hand to the back of the head and usually the back of the arm, and you're just looking to literally snap that down towards your feet, towards the mat. When you can successfully do that, the right thing to do there is kind of sprawl out, and then as soon as your opponent's head hits the mat, you're looking to spin around behind and gather some points.
Okay.
Hand fighting in those ties, not getting into any collar ties. We're head to head here, which is a good position because you can stay offensive. Both wrestlers looking to stay offensive. Brooklyn's backing her up. So what Matsuda's got to do here is come forward. There's a shot. That's going to help. If you continue to back up, you're opening yourself up to those stalling calls. Nice little shot, but Brooklyn did a good job fighting it off. Just got around behind for the three-point takedown. All of a sudden, Brooklyn finds herself up 5-3 with 30 seconds remaining in period number 2. There's an escape from Matsuda, and they're off the mat. We're going to restart in the center with 27 seconds remaining in the second period.
So if Matsuda continues to back off the mat, she'll get a warning first and then a possible point.
That's correct. Yep. But see how Brooklyn just continues to bang that head, and that is exhausting when you're constantly just trying to keep your head up and your opponent is just banging on your head and knocking it down. That will wear out your opponent. Brooklyn's amazing at that. We call it heavy hands. You want heavy hands and keep that head going down. So you'll see Brooklyn working that. These girls are not afraid. I mean, they're kind of in a fight right now.
They are very competitive.
End of the period. Brooklyn up 5-4 going into the third period. Now remember, Spearfish went ahead and deferred the option there, so they're going to get the choice right now. They're going to choose down, and what they're looking to do is get that escape and tie this thing up and let a takedown win it. But right now, 5-4, Spearfish down.
We'll see if Brooklyn's strong enough to keep her down. That's the key.
Looks like she's awful good on the bottom. Brooklyn maintains control, keeps that head in the lock. If that breaks at any point, we'll lose control. Snapping that head down, Got her return back to the mat, spun around behind, went a little bit too far there, allowed her to get back to her feet, and there's that 1-point escape.
Yep. That'll tie it.
That will tie it. Minute 35 left. They went out of bounds on that escape, so we're going to restart in the center. 5-5. Minute 35 left in this match. Quite the battle.
Brooklyn Bear to Sturgis, Matsuda, Spearfish. This is a good match, guys.
It's very competitive.
Looking for a fireman's carry there. Little fireman's. Got to keep that arm tight. I cannot tell from the vantage point if we lost that arm. It looks like we did. So now we're working on getting that leg sucked in to try and get the takedown. We got a stalemate. So the ref determined at that point that there was no action that was going to occur at that point. So he's going to go ahead and stop the match, and they're going to restart it in the center. Go back to the head and the heavy hands. Matsuda's got heavy hands too. I tell you what, they are beating on each other.
They are.
Got that head snapped down, looking for a little chin whip. Driving. You got to get on your toes. Got around behind. There's a 3-point takedown from Brooklyn Baird. Up 8-5 now with 50 seconds remaining in the match. Working to get that arm. Got that arm behind her back, scooping the head and going to push that arm across her back. Looking for a fall there. Lost the arm. That's all right. Still in control. Working power halves.
You know what's impressive about this match, guys? Both ladies, very technical wrestlers. They do know what they're doing very clearly and just using technique.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. I mean, they're both obviously very strong and very knowledgeable. Neither one of them is having an easy time doing anything right now. 12 seconds remaining. Brooklyn's looking to simply ride this out at this point if we can. Go ahead and pick up that W. 5 seconds remaining. Staying heavy on the hips. There's the end of the match. Brooklyn wins by decision. So this is going to score us 3 team points on that decision because we only won by 3 points. 1 to 7 points gets you three team points.
So at the match, it was 36-21.
That is going to end it.
I think that's going to end it.
That's going to end it. Yep, 36-21.
Gentlemen, we have seen some good wrestling
wow.
out here.
And some of these Spearfish girls have started off pretty well this year.
They're looking good.
You bet.
They're looking good. Again, numbers might be a little bit lighter than they would have liked, but that you can get away from some of those open weight classes when you're that solid in those matches that you do get to wrestle. They've got some great girls on that team.
Yeah, I am impressed with Spearfish and their athletic ability. I mean, they didn't bring a lot of numbers over, but the ones they did bring, they are a good athlete, no question about it. Well, we're getting ready for the Varsity Boys Spearfish Sturgis match here in just a little while.
And we'll take a timeout. You bet. All right, and we'll be back. You're listening to Sturgis Cooper Wrestling here on the Big 81 KBHB.
Junction Avenue in Sturgis, South Dakota is your locally owned and operated grocery store. Stop in and shop the great selection of fresh cut meats. Then stroll on over to the fresh produce aisle. Watch for weekly ads for big savings and make sure you're checking out their Facebook page for the hot deals. Grocery Mart continues to strive to offer the best deals to their customers. Located off Junction Avenue in Sturgis, South Dakota, Grocery Mart says go Scoopers.
We connect people. Have been for 100 years or so. How we get that done? Well, that won't always be the same. But why we connect people? Not in a million years is that ever going to change. We didn't build the communities that made South Dakota. No. We just brought them together.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
The Home Slice Group. Your customers love your business, but you need more of them. That's where we come in. We work with great brands, connecting them to the right audience using video, website development, digital, and audio. All tied together with intelligent media placement to get as many people to your front door as possible. You concentrate on running your business while we concentrate on growing your business. Elevate your brand with us, the Home Slice Group.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
At Dakota Discount RV, our mission is to make your RV experience fun and easy by providing quality recreational vehicles, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. We're proud to offer the finest names in RVs. Our big inventory of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers allow us to save customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Come see us at either of our 2 locations, 3330 East Mall Drive, Rapid City, or 11200 JB Road, exit 48, Somerset. Newell Golf Club, located just minutes outside of town, the friendly hometown golf course. Come play a round of golf in a laid-back atmosphere and enjoy the views that western South Dakota has to offer. Newell Golf Club strives to be a community leader, offering the course to the Newell High School and middle school golf teams free of charge and hosting multiple community golf tournaments throughout the season. First-time members get half off membership fees. Look us up on Facebook.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Rocky Newenhouse in Corsica, Platte, Mitchell, and Huron at 605-946-5606.
Would you buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Zee Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Zee Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Grossenberg's Kids Coloring Contest is this month. All kids 6 to 12 years old are eligible to win a $100 gift certificate for John Deere merchandise at Grossenberg Implement. The contest ends December 31st, with all 9 locations submitting their winners. Then, in mid-January, we will take all 18 winners and put them on our Facebook to be judged by our Facebook friends. And that winner will be eligible for the $200 grand prize gift certificate. So have some fun this month and have your children or grandchildren earn some green with Grossenberg Implement's Kids Coloring Contest.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region and state. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Dylan Kessler today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
I'll tell you what, her and the Spearfish girl went toe-to-toe and nose-to-nose. It was a fight. Let's go over to Greg Glode, our expert on wrestling and the Golden Voice. So we know that Sturgis won both ends of the state tournament last year, the boys. Tell us a little bit, recap a little bit for last year, what happened. What made it such a great year?
Well, it had just such a phenomenal year. They, end result, you win a team title at the state tournament. You win a team title in the team duels. To win one, simply amazing. To win both is almost unheard of. They had one blemish on their record and came in a dual team tournament. They got to get revenge on that match. I believe it was maybe Watertown. I'm sorry, I kind of forget who got them. Sort of shocked the Scoopers, but their team was so solid. They ended up winning the team tournament. The Scoopers finished with 197.5 points, ahead of second place Pierre, who had 176 points. When asked about what the success is, and you ask any coach this, and what they're going to tell you when it comes to winning tournaments is your coaches are going to tell you that it's all about the wrestlebacks. Now, the object, of course, is to win, and you want to win every single match, push every single one of your wrestlers through to the finals. Just not usually very likely. So where you're going to end up getting a lot of those points is in the wrestleback. As soon as you lose and are in the backhand side of a bracket, every time that you win, you're getting advancement points, and those points really add up because you end up with a lot of matches in the wrestlebacks. Mm-hmm. So you keep winning on those, and you're amazing. Last year, Zach Jules won an individual state team title for Sturgis at 215 pounds. Had two other wrestlers, in Taryn Zabrowski and Joe Nadig, finishing runner-up. So they had three kids in the finals. Absolutely unbelievable. In other placings, Tyler Baldwin, Aiden Werlinger, they got third place. So they wrestled all the way through those wrestlebacks. I believe actually both of those guys lost in the semifinals, so had a heck of a chance to get themselves into the finals and push 5 through. As it was, ended up losing in the semis, kept their heads up, wrestled through, got third place, scored big team points. Ben Nadig, very young wrestler. He is now he's a freshman. He ended up in the state tournament last year, wrestling like crazy. Ends up in 4th place as an 8th grader.
Wow.
South
That's amazing.
It is unbelievable. So this kid has got some really good things happening. Kelson Durk finished 4th place. Had an amazing showing. Tegan Zabrowski, Calvin Kettleson, and Zoel Irian all placed 5th. And then Bo Peters, Preston Ray got 6th place. All those kids scoring tons of team points as it goes. The thing to note, Sturgis graduated 10 seniors. And so as you look at this year's team, it's extremely young. And, not extremely young. There's several seniors in this team and some upperclassmen. But again, if you look up and down the weight classes, you're going to see some 8th graders. You're going to see some 9th graders. And again, I think that this speaks to the level of competition in that practice room, where you've got 70-plus kids in there, and every single one of these kids is wanting to vie for one of these spots, and it's pushing them that much harder. So when you see an 8th grader with a varsity spot, or you see a 9th grader with a varsity spot, those kids have got very, very bright futures.
I'll tell you, and right now the Sturgis Scoopers are on the match. We're about ready for the face-off. Who do we have tonight, Gary Matthews? Can you tell us who is who and who's going against who?
Well, yep, and we're going to be refreshing our page here as we go. And it looks like they might be starting with the 144-pound matchup first. That will be Jace Thurman against Caden Gonzalez. Now, guys, it looks like we do have a couple of open weights tonight. Looks like 165, so Joseph Nadig looks like he'll be out tonight. He won't have anybody to wrestle. Same with the guy I know Greg was probably hoping to see, and that's Zoel. It doesn't look like we'll be seeing him tonight, so he's going to start the season with an open in his weight class at 175. quickly, what are the strongest weight classes this year for the Scoopers, Greg? Or are all of them?
I mean,
a strike this year?
Sturgis just reload.
They're so loaded. And again, not to beat this to death, but 70 kids in your wrestling room, that's some serious depth. And there are kids that are so good waiting for their shot. And so as soon as that spot opens, you've got somebody right behind them ready to fill those shoes. They do an amazing job. There's a tournament last year, and I believe it was in North Dakota, where we were able to send several kids and enter them in the tournament. I believe it was at 160 pounds. Sturgis finished first, second, and third in that tournament.
One of the biggest tournaments coming up, too, Greg. This weekend, we head to the Mandan Lions tournament, and there is always some tough competition in that tournament.
And, the Mandan tournament, spent a lot of years driving to Mandan.
Yeah.
You get those good North Dakota schools coming in, Bismarck, some of those schools. That is a tournament.
It sure is.
That is a tournament. And, there's we talk about how good Sturgis wrestling is, the culture in this town, that everybody wants to kind of be a part of this wrestling program. And, when you start moving across state lines, there's some other schools that are similar to that. When you find some of those at the Mandan tournament, it's going to be really, really good.
And, of course, that starts tomorrow, I think, guys. So Sturgis will probably be jumping on the bus tomorrow. The good thing about it is they can leave early as possible. They're not going to miss any classes. It's teacher and service in Sturgis tomorrow, so Scooper boys will be headed up there.
And Greg, you're bringing up a good point for Sturgis Wrestling. You know what their motto is? Sturgis Wrestling, never satisfied.
They're never satisfied. And they actually, the discipline that these kids have, and they have to have in order to maintain that varsity spot, they have to be hard-nosed, and they've got to be aggressive, and in order to just hold their spot on their own team, let alone, and then you're going to put those kids against some kids in the tournaments, and Sturgis tends to shine. I sincerely hope that I don't know. When you're reloading, you've got 8 new faces on this varsity team.
Yep.
So time will tell, right? But man, I look up and down this lineup and see how salty all these kids are, and I got to think things are looking good.
And all these kids earned their right to be on the varsity. They have the wrestle-offs on Sunday, and that's how you get on the varsity squad here for Coach Abel.
They did. And again, with the culture in this town, I don't know if you were here for it, but this gymnasium was completely packed.
Oh, I bet.
Watching just kids compete for a spot. This town wants to see who their Sturgis Scooper varsity team is going to be, and know who they're cheering for and what they're looking at. So just the support that this town provides is pretty amazing, and it helps boost that program too.
As you walk into the West Gym, you look outside on the wall, and Sturgis Wrestling, the strength of the support goes back to the 90s. We can remember when they were winning back-to-back state tournaments. You can remember when they had 58 consecutive wins in matches, and that has been going on for 30 years, and that's Sturgis Wrestling.
Yeah, that's a culture that's not built overnight.
No.
And like you said, back in the 90s, it shows now. Again, 70 kids in your wrestling room, 120 in the youth program, plus probably, and those kids are all coming up to get in line and chomping at the bit to get their shot.
A lot of credit goes to the coaching staff. Steve Kessler was here.
You bet.
Mike Abel's been
Mike
here.
Abel, yep.
He's going to be here for a while. Tim Drone was here. Those kids will do anything for the coaches. So we're about ready to go live. Our first match.
Jace Thurman will be taking on Caden Gonzalez. This is for 144, guys. Go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Got themselves a little tie. Jace gets in on a shot, looking to turn the corner there. Got to keep spinning. There we go. Got him down to a hip. Builds back up. Gonzalez doing a good job fighting off, holding onto that ankle. Jace props him up, looking to come in behind and split those legs. If you can stand up, there it is. Got that 3-point takedown awarded. Keeps those legs split. They go out of bounds. We're going to restart in the center. Minute 30 left in the first period. Jace Thurman up 3-0. Good first move from Spearfish. Gets right to his feet. Jace looking to return him to the mat. Gets in on a double leg. Goes out of bounds. We're going to restart it again. You know, the quickness of these lighter weights, I'd say this is more of a mid-weight, but 144.
144,
Jace
yep.
Yeah, you know, we're looking at a mid-weight, but the speed and the quickness and the explosiveness, I think, shows at these lighter weights. Jace still holding on to control, down in on a single leg, looking to spin the corner, return to the mat, gets him to his back, but Gonzalez rolls through that nicely. Jace got him bellied out, working on a bar, looking for a cross face, keeping that pressure on, trying to keep those hips broke down. If he can dig that bar arm underneath him, he'll look to dig that out and put it behind his back. Gonzalez got his base back underneath him, gets to his feet. Jace looks for a tilt. He's not in trouble. He's got that arm.
Just join us, Jace Thurman up 3-0, 25 seconds left in the first period.
Looking to dig that arm out. Dig that arm out to keep that pressure up around the head and shoulders area there. It's a lot of weight. Doing a good job. Ref calls a stalemate. We're going to restart this. No progress was going on in the match, so we're going to go ahead and start it over fresh and see if we can get some action. 12 seconds, it looks like, remaining in the first period. So Jace is looking to ride this out for another 12 seconds if he can turn them. But if nothing else, you do not want to give up that escape point. Gonzalez gets to his feet. Jace breaks him back down. 3, 2, 1. Period's over. Jace held on. 3-0 at the end of one period.
You know, one thing you mentioned this, with these lighter wrestlers, you can wrestle underneath a lot more. By that I mean taking shots and going after. Get to the big boys, you know, your 200-plus wrestlers, you want to wrestle on top. Isn't that the strategy?
For a lot. You know, there are good big guys that are good on the bottom. You know, they can create that motion well and get good motion. But if you get pancaked under one of those big guys, it is a lot more work to get back up. So you don't want that to happen. All right, wrestling is resumed. Tried a little Granby roll there from Gonzalez. Jace followed it nicely. Gonzalez back to his base. Jace working on top, keeping that forward pressure. Throws in a leg, looking for a leg lock. He's looking for that power half now. With the leg sunk in there and working on that power half, we're just looking to expose the back and start getting some near fall. It is easy to get too high. Gonzalez has got underneath Jace's leg. He's fighting that off. Jace is going to try and keep that power half. At some point here, he may need to just bail. But for right now, he's looking to hold on for a stalemate. Gonzalez looking to work out the back, and he does. There's a reversal for 2 points. Yep. Again, the value of that three-point takedown, you've just given up a reversal, but you're still up by one here. 55 seconds left in the second period. Now it's Gonzalez's turn to continue that ride and that tough pressure on top. Jace is going to have to try and clear his hips to one side or the other of those legs and get some motion going. The ref calls a stalemate. We're going to restart.
So from a strategy standpoint, Greg, you're on the bottom. You want to try to get to your base, to your feet?
You want to get to your base and then get to your feet. You know, two different ways to score from the bottom. You can get up and out, get an escape that's going to give you a point. If you can get a reversal there, Jace is going for that right now. Hits a switch, doesn't get it, but comes right to his feet. Going to drop down to a whizzer. Gonzalez is trying to hold on to that single leg. Jace spins around, finally gets the escape point. So we got one there. So 4-2, Jace Thurman of the Sturgis Coopers up on Gonzalez's Spearfish. Gonzalez dug that underhook in there on the left-hand side, doing a really nice job moving, but Jace crowds him. They go out of bounds. We're going to start neutral. No control there, so we're going to stay on our feet. 15 seconds left in the second period. See how Gonzalez pounds that head and then digs that underhook. If you can get that underhook and get that in tight, you've now exposed the entire side of your body, and it opens up those legs for a shot there. Jace did a good job fighting that off. Finds himself going into the third period up 4-2. Jace's decision. He's going to choose bottom.
We're watching assistant coach Steve Kessler. He's out here tonight coaching, and it's fun because he's almost coming onto the mat to show them how to do it.
Well, these kids put in a lot of work. What the coaches won't tell you is that the coaches put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
They put in a ton of work, and I've been around this sport for a really, really long time. The coaching staff in Sturgis simply, second to none. They are the best, and they've got a great staff. Jace just gets a takedown, got 3 more points. He's up 8-2 now. Nice, comfortable lead, but he's going to continue to work. Minute 30 left. Back to the coaches. Steve Kessler, been in this program for a very, very long time, was extraordinarily successful. Just stacking up team trophies and banners on these walls. And he had just an amazing time with an amazing group of wrestlers. But the reason that they develop is because of these coaches and the time and the effort that they put in. So you'll see Steve animated on the side. You'll see Mike Abel when he's here on the side, and they will be on the mat because they are so invested in these kids and what they and the wins and losses. They feel them just as much as those wrestlers do. Jace just got a caution getting back on top. Didn't have that right hand on covering the belly button as he should, so got a caution there. Broke him down to his belly, again looking for those arm bars. Got him broke back down to his belly, looking to dig that right arm out. Keeping that pressure on. Looking for some sort of a tilt here. Red and Spearfish just got warned for stalling. That is because he got bellied out. He's making no effort to gain to improve his position there, so he got called for stalling. That's a risk you have when you're not getting enough motion on the bottom.
So he's bellying out, and he's not giving the Sturgis wrestler a chance to make any moves to pin him.
Correct. And he's got to try and work to improve himself, which he wants to do, to try and either get that escape or the reversal. We got 4 seconds, 3. Jace's going to ride him out. What a nice win. What a nice win for his first varsity match. Jace Thurman, the sophomore.
So Sturgis draws first blood in this match tonight. They will go up, I believe, 3-0.
They will go up 3-0 with the 8-2 decision. Yep. 150 will be up next. Calvin Kettleson and Michael Zoller of Spearfish.
How many times did we mention the name Calvin Kettleson in football this year, Gary?
You betcha. And again, this is for 150 underway.
The motion that Calvin creates on his feet is good. He is so good on his feet, and you'll see this. He just got that 3-point takedown, went ahead and just let him ride up. Go ahead, and he's thinking, I'm so good on my feet, I'm just going to sit here and take this kid down. I got that 3-point takedown, let him go. Just took him down again, got 3 more points at 6-1, just let him go. 6-2. He's racking these points up faster than I can speak. Just got another takedown, 9 and an escape, 9-3.
You know, and you're, as you pointed out, a huge difference this year in the 3-point takedown.
It is. I mean,
strategy.
At this point, last year it would be 6-3.
Right.
You know, you're looking at a 3-point lead by that exact same sequence last year. Right now, you're up by 6, and that is just such a huge difference. There's another takedown for Calvin. 12-3 with a minute gone in the first period. Hard crossface there, looking to get something opened up where he can find a pinning combination here. Right in the end of the mat, there's a little cheap tilt. He's got that arm bar, tipped him over into his lap, and looking to score some back points there. The ref, he didn't quite get those shoulders turned, though, so the ref never got to count any near fall points. There's that tilt. The ref's going to count. 3. Got 4 seconds. There's 4 points. Kelvin digs that arm out, puts it behind his back. He's looking for the pin here. The ref hasn't awarded it because he hasn't let go of that hold, but
There it is.
He got it.
16-3 and just got the fall. So there's 6 quick points
left.
For the Scoopers.
7 seconds in the first period. Calvin Kettleson comes away with a pin. So that'll be 9. Another 6 points for the Scoopers. They're now ahead at 9-0.
Calvin got 5th last year at state, looking to improve on that, and I'd say that was an awful nice start.
Absolutely. 157 is next. This is Cade Wilner. He'll take on Dominic Mills.
Nice little snap and reshot. Digging that out, got that high signal, looking to cap the head. He's going to keep that leg high and look for a trip. There it is. Got
There's
that takedown.
3 points. 3-0. Sturgis on top.
Spearfish gets the escape. We're at 3-1. And out of bounds. Cade's going to be a senior here. He's one that was looking for his shot, and here it is. You know, I mean, he's just as tough as they come. You know, he's one of those that had tough competition. And sitting here as a senior now on the varsity stage, took him down, got a nice takedown there right to his back, getting near fall points as we speak. So it's 6-1. He's going to break that hold. 4 near fall points come up. He's up 10-1 in the first minute. 56 seconds gone off the clock, and he's up 10-1.
He's already got 10, yep.
So a major is how many points?
Major, we're looking at anything between 8 and 14 points is going to be a major, and that's going to get you 4 team points.
And then a tech fall is at 15.
15 points, and that'll get you 5 team points. Well on his way, I'd say, to a tech, but I mean, at this point, the coaches talk all the time about doing your job. And, you know, they know what their job is. I'm not sure what coaches told them, you know, but their job might be to win the match.
Right.
Their job might be to win by a major. Their job may be to go out and get that pin. Whatever it is for the team that's going to get them the most points, that's their job. And at least so far in this, it looks like everybody's doing it so far.
Conversely, sometimes the coaches will tell them, don't get pinned. You can lose, but don't get pinned.
Well, I mean, sometimes that's the job. You know, if you're up against a stud, and you'll run into that at some point. I had an old coach told me one time, maybe getting a little bit too big for my shoes, and he told me, hey, if you haven't found anybody that can kick your butt, you aren't looking hard enough. And turns out he was right. You didn't really have to look that hard sometimes. There's some tough wrestlers out there.
There's always that one person who's going to take you down and rub your face in it.
Yep.
End first period. 10-2 for Cade.
Looking for a quick first move, got right to his feet there. Now he's looking to fight those hands off. Spearfish is going to have to return Cade to the mat or make an effort to return. There's a stalling call because he didn't make any effort to return Cade to the mat.
So he's just hugging him from behind and
he is,
holding on.
And still, now he's dropped down to that leg, but now he's going to have to do something with it. If he doesn't do anything with it and make an attempt to return Cade to the mat here,
there it goes.
There it is. He could have gotten another stalling call. So you've got to be working all the time, and the refs will not give you too long before they issue those stall warnings and stall calls. Cade right back up to his feet again, fighting those hands, got away. There's an escape point. Up 11-2. Fighting for hand position. There's a little attempt in the fireman's carry. A little bit far out there, but he got in close to hit it again. Got in on that. He's looking to cap that hip with his right hand. Get around that hip. There it is. That should be a takedown here. The ref has not awarded it yet. There it is. There's a 3-point takedown. Cade's up 14-2 with 45 seconds left in the second period. Riding tough here, looking, and there's a nice escape from Spearfish. Cade's going to walk back up to the center of the mat, looking for another 3-point takedown.
He leads 14-3. And 16 seconds left, second period.
If he gets the takedown, we go to 17-3. Then one more takedown will get him the tech fall.
Yes. That is,
trying to get
you
that
make it,
takedown,
I was
though,
told
yeah.
there would be no math, Bob. No.
Let me take
That'll
my
be the end of
shoes
the
off.
second
How
period.
does that work?
Yep. These points add up quick. All right, period ends. Spearfish is going to get the choice here, whether to go top, bottom, or neutral. He's going to choose down, looking to get that escape point.
If you're just joining us right now, Scoopers are ahead 9-0 on the team points.
Ref calls Cade to go ahead and cover. And there we go. We're started the third period. Spearfish got a nice first move up to his feet, but leaving those hands behind, letting Cade keep control of him, and returns him to the mat nicely there. As soon as you get to your feet, you've got to be fighting those hands. Cade digging that arm bar out, got that behind his back. Now he's going to probably be looking to scoop his head towards him. Take that elbow and scoop his head right towards Cade's body, but he's going to keep that pressure, that arm pushed across his back. Letting it go, got a chicken wing in there now on that left side, looking for a bar on the right. What he's looking to do now is just run around Spearfish's head and expose that back. Spearfish got their head down on the mat. Looking for near fall, can't quite get his back exposed. Go ahead and reset on top. Looking at 45 seconds left in the period here. Up 14-3 is Cade.
So this point, is the Spearfish wrestler stalling, or is he not going to get called on?
He probably won't get called just because Cade's got him in a pinning move. So trying to, there's that back exposed. He's looking for the pin, for the pin. It's so close. Ref's got his 4 count for four near fall points if this doesn't go through, but he's going to sit out, and that is so tight. So Cade's keeping both arms sitting out. He's got him stacked up. He just got to maneuver that right shoulder down just a little bit.
And
period ends, but we're going to get 4 near fall there, making him go up 18-3. Math.
Oh, you're asking me to do math.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say that is a tech fall.
That is a tech fall.
It's a tech fall, yep.
So Sturgis will go up 14-0 on team points. I'm doing pretty good.
Yes, that was good.
I don't even have a calculator.
All right. So Joe comes out there. Didn't have anybody at 165 for Spearfish, so Joe Natick gets a win.
Get the win, yep.
Same thing with Zoll.
Irian, yep. And I was kind of hoping to see Irian tonight, but
Zoll's awful good. He's a sophomore. Looking forward to seeing him wrestle. He is.
Me too.
He's kind of funky. He's got a fun wrestling style, and he's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, he is.
And unfortunately, gentlemen, it's now 17-7 Lions over the Packers. Come on, Green Bay.
And 26-0 when you add the 2 forfeits in for Sturgis. This is now 190. Kelson Dirk versus Jacob Ellingson of Spearfish. Guys?
You know, Payson Dirk, his brother, was a great wrestler for Sturgis several years ago, and I think Kelson's just fallen in his footsteps.
Kelson's been solid. He's got a quick 3-point takedown there. Minute 30 left in the first period. Working. See how he's got that 1 point of contact? There's the 1 point of contact I'm saying. Everything else is outside of the mat, but he's keeping that one toe in. That allows action to continue on the side of the mat. That's the new rule change right there.
And it used to be you had to have 2 contacts in.
Correct.
Correct?
Spearfish comes out, tries to get a quick ankle pick, and Kelson fights that off nicely. Go back, working into those ties. Nice little whip. Look at the action. Just keeps pushing the action, Again, I said that this new point format's going to favor the aggressor. And Kelson is just keeping the pressure on, and you're going to find right there's another takedown, up 6-1, just like that. He's so aggressive on his feet.
You know, that's one thing that wrestling is trying to do, try to make it more aggressive, try to make it people actually wrestling and not just stalling out.
Exactly, and I think that that's one thing that will help expand the fan base. You know, these matches are going to be a little bit more quick, but it appears that they're going to be a little bit more high-flying than they used to be, right?
Yeah.
And that's fun to watch when you see that action. And all right, he's got that arm behind his back, looking to scoop the head. He's going to post that with his right hand. He's looking to post that hand and just roll him over, keep that chest to chest. That is a tight half. And all he's got to do right now is simply take his time. Well, he's only got 5 seconds, so he can't take that much time, but go ahead and just ease him back down to the mat. Ref did get a chance to get 3 seconds there, so he got 3 near fall points.
So that makes it 9-1
yep.
as we go into the second period. Kelson Dirk, Jacob Ellingson from Spearfish.
Jason had the option there, went to defer. Kelson chooses down, chooses bottom. Let's see that good first move as soon as the ref blows the whistle. And Spearfish started a little bit early there.
Jumped the gun.
It actually looks like they cautioned Kelson there.
I was going to say, I think they talked to Kelson for something there. Yeah.
No caution.
Good first move right up to his feet, fighting those hands, and there's an escape point. 10-1, going back to work on the feet. Heavy hands, quick blast double. Switches off to a single, whips it down. There's 3 points for a takedown. Up 13-1 now with 1:41 left in the second period. Got a kind of a weird cradle there, but he let it go. Going to go back to work on some bars, keeping that pressure forward. When you're on bottom and your opponent is keeping that pressure forward onto your shoulders, onto your head, it's just that much harder to get up and move. And so it's you'll wear your opponent out when you keep that kind of pressure on him. He's doing a really nice job keeping pressure, forward pressure.
Some referees will start pounding the mat saying it's stalling, but you got to look at him and say, do you have any suggestions I can do here, ref?
Yeah, exactly. Well, when he's riding that tough, it's what are you going to do?
Yeah, there's not much you can do.
30 seconds remaining in the second period. Looking to go ahead and just cut him loose. Going to go ahead and give up that escape point. And find that shot. Out of bounds before any points were given. We're going to start in neutral. 22 seconds left in the second period. He's quick on those shots, isn't he?
He is quick. And you notice that the Spearfish wrestler went to the edge of the mat right away.
Yep.
In that previous part.
Yep. Looking to wrestle on the edge. Again, that's something that one point of contact is going to affect a little bit. There are wrestlers that like to wrestle on the edges of the mat. Kind of gives you an out, a little bit, it's a little bit different wrestling style there. That is going to be the end of the second period. Kelson did get another takedown there. He's up 16-2 right now. Spearfish's choice, they're going to go ahead and choose neutral. So both wrestlers starting on their feet. Ref blows the whistle.
So one more takedown will end the match.
One more takedown will do it, yep.
And there it is.
Nice duck in on those legs. Oh, he's got it.
Oh, Ellingson stayed strong.
That's good.
Yep.
Backed out of that nice.
Ellingson comes right back on Payson.
Went out of bounds.
Or excuse me, Kelson.
Still got some fight left. This is what I'm talking about. You got to keep wrestling because you're never completely out of a match.
No.
I mean, you're down 14, but you're not done.
No. If the wrestler opens himself up.
Nice drag. There's 3 points, but now, just right had that gone right to his back, the ref would have been counting and looking for a fall. As it was, kind of put him down on his hip. Went ahead and gave him the 3-point takedown, which gives Kelson a tech fall there, and 5 team points. Scoopers up 31-0 now.
Well, gentlemen, it's going kind of the way we thought it would for the Sturgis Scoopers.
So far, yep.
They are so talented. Not take anything away from Spearfish. Spearfish has got some good wrestlers, but right now, Sturgis appears to be in control of the match.
They're looking awful good. Spearfish, they're under they're kind of starting fresh, right? They don't quite have the numbers. They do have a brand new coach in John Thayer. I've actually known John for a long time. He wrestled at Lusk, Wyoming, and quite the wrestler a while ago.
A little while ago.
We'll say, but he brought his coaching efforts down to Arizona and Colorado, ended up in Lee Deadwood, and in a co-op with Spearfish for a little while, went back home to Lusk, and has since taken a job in Spearfish. Took over this wrestling program and is kind of looking to build it. This can be a little bit deflating, but I promise that his head will be held high and continue to work and improve this program.
2:15 now. Gunnar Sarkella and Alex Merich of Spearfish on the mat.
They're getting big all of a sudden.
We're getting into the big boys now.
Yep. Yeah, 285 is on deck. So.
Nice takedown by Gunnar there. Got that 3-point takedown, but gets right to his feet. Spearfish gets right to their feet, and Gunnar returns into the mat, but man, Spearfish will not stay down. Doing a great job getting back to his feet. At this point, if we go out of bounds, I'd say we've got a loss of control, but nice little arm drag there gets Gunnar back in control. They're wrestling on the edge of the mat, but he's looking for a half. Little spiral ride here. Got that forward pressure that we've been talking about all night, and just kind of wearing that opponent down early.
The stress you put on a body in wrestling is amazing. Like you're just pointing out, Greg, you're putting pressure on that body all the time.
It's, unless you've done it, it's really, really hard to explain. And I think that's why wrestlers are so, they're proud. They're a proud group. And it's because of what they put themselves through on day-to-day to get ready for battle.
Yeah.
Gunnar's doing a really nice job riding this out. End of the period here, up 3-0.
By far, one of our most competitive ones here.
Yep.
For Spearfish tonight.
If you're just joining us, team points, Scoopers 31, Spearfish has yet to score.
Gunnar had the option there, chose to defer to Spearfish. Spearfish is going to choose down. Look to finally get that escape here. Spent most of the period down and had some good efforts to get out, but Gunnar did a nice job returning him to the mat and continuing to work.
We watched Gunnar during the football season. He is a big, strong boy.
Absolutely. Well, assistant coach Kessler is going to.
And if you just join us, Steve Kisler, the assistant coach, is coaching tonight for various reasons.
Yep.
Mike Abel is not here tonight.
All right, I'm not sure what that was about, but Steve wanted to point something out to the referees. You can walk over to the scoring table, have a nice, pleasant conversation with the referees usually.
We emphasize nice and pleasant.
Steve Kisler knows the rule book forwards, backwards, and sideways.
Not his first rodeo.
No, it's not. And that did look to be a pretty pleasant exchange, but sometimes they're not.
Sometimes you just got to get the ref's attention on what you want him to see.
Well, and again, when you've got the kind of coaching experience that Steve Kessler has, he's usually not wrong.
No. I had the pleasure of coaching with Steve 8th grade football one year. He would get so frustrated, he'd finally just say, well, run something to the team.
Gunnar doing a good job keeping him broke down. All right, Spearfish got to try and improve here, try and open up. Got up to his base. He's looking for that head lever, going to drop down the leg, break him back down. If Gunner can capture that wrist there, and he's got his head kind of in his armpit, he's looking to bend that arm back and go ahead and either put it over his head looking for a half, maybe slip in a chicken wing there, some sort of a pinning combination. I used to love this head lever when I was wrestling. There he was, broke it down, went right into a chicken wing. Now we're in a nice pinning combination, looking for a half on the far side or a bar. He's going to look to run around the head here, and if he can get himself to run around, keep that chicken wing tight and run around the head, that is going to be extremely tight.
26 seconds left in the period. Sturgis up 3-0.
He's running, you got to get big steps there. Now he's looking for that half. Spearfish doing a nice job fighting that off. That's not easy. Gunner's covering his hips. He's not got a lot of room to move. Now he's out on the side looking to run around the head again. If he can break down that far shoulder, Spearfish's right shoulder, and get that into the mat, he's got a chance to turn those and looking for back points. As it was, Spearfish did a great job fighting that off. That is not easy to do.
And it's really quite a close match. 3-0.
3-0
Going into the third
yep.
period,
Yep.
it's close.
3-0. Sturgis's choice. Sorry. Gunner goes and chooses bottom, so we're going to see his first action on bottom, looking for an escape or reversal.
Like you said, Greg, one false move, and it can completely turn this match around.
Absolutely.
Yep. Looking for a quick switch. That's that quick first move, and just like that, Gunner gets that reversal. He's got 2 more points. He's up 5-0 now. 1:50 left in the third period. He's just going to continue to look for those pinning combinations. He's had a couple of really good looks at him, so it looks awful comfortable on top.
And there's the stall call, or stall warning.
Yep, little stall call there. Spearfish broke down on their belly, not really improving, not moving. A lot of times that stall call, you see the immediate action by Spearfish there. As soon as you get it, that's it's like, okay, here we go, we're moving now.
So is that within the discretion of the referee?
It is. It's always in the discretion of the referee. That way, stall calls can a lot of times be frustrating for fans. The home team is wanting that stall call immediately, and sometimes the ref's not giving it. So more times than not, you'll hear those. Oh man, he's getting that, scooping that head, got that arm laced in there. That is a tight half. Right now, he's got 47 seconds, and all he's got to do is just settle in. There it is.
Got it. Yep.
Nice fall for Gunner. I don't know Gunner very well, but that is one of the first. Haven't seen him wrestle a ton, and that match was pretty decisive. He did a really nice job there. Good job, Gunner.
Scoopers go up 37-0 on the team points. Coming up next, Gary.
It will be 285. So now Tice is going to wrestle Alex Cudmore of Spearfish here. This is Tice Uherka.
Are big gentlemen.
Tice Uherka, he is big boy. He is a junior. Yeah, they're both big boys.
If someone gets thrown to the mat, you're going to hear it all the way up here.
Yes, you will. You might feel it.
And Tice quick there, though, too.
So with the heavies, you're going to look for a lot more hand fighting on your feet, right? Looking for angles, looking for positioning. He's doing a good job right now. The way to wear down a heavyweight, again, referring back to when Brooklyn Baird was wrestling her match in those heavy hands, keeping constant pressure on that head. You're going to see heavyweights doing that. A lot of hand fighting, looking for those angles. Heavyweight's not going to be as quick, right, as your 106 pounder, right? So
knees
as a general rule, there are some speedy heavies. Don't get me wrong. There's some people that can shoot and move. As a general rule, you're going to see this. It's a different style of wrestling and a different field than you're going to see here in just a second at 106 when that spins back around.
15 years ago, Jake Michelson won state for Spearfish. Favorite move was the bear hug. And he just grab him, hug him up, take him down.
Love the bear hug.
Well, that's nice. It sounds nice, but it really isn't nice, is it?
No. It gets it's an aggressive bear hug.
An aggressive bear hug.
Yeah.
Just got word, Green Bay 21, Detroit 17.
Oh, my.
Whoa.
We have a football game.
So a lot of this hand fighting for the heavyweights, you're going to look for those. You want to get underhooks. You never want to be over the top. So you'll see both of these guys fighting to get those underhook positions. There's a cuff to the head from Tyson. Now, you got to be a little bit careful. You can't cuff him too hard. You'll get. But I mean, that was appropriate. But you can see how violent some of these these heavy hands are, and they're looking to get those underhooks and keep moving. He's doing a great job keeping that pressure moving forward. End of the first period, 0-0. Spearfish's decision goes ahead and defers to, Spearfish's decision defers over to Tice.
Sturgis is going down. That's a lot of weight to try to get out from under.
You just got to move. You got to keep moving, keep your hips clear, and looking for a great first move here. You don't want to sit. You want to keep moving. You do not want to sit underneath that weight now. Doing a great job. You got to keep those hips under you. You don't want to get your head down. See Spearfish doing a great job keeping that forward pressure and getting those hips down. Tice doing a great job keeping his hips underneath him.
There
Looks
he goes,
for the scoop.
There he goes.
Gets his feet on top.
Wow.
There's a 2-point reversal.
And a takedown. Wow.
2-point reversal. There's what he
give.
He didn't allow the escape, but now Tice is on top and just grinding that head into the mat, looking for a power half. Spearfish is going to get a stalling call here if he's not careful because he's not opening up.
By opening up, what are you talking about?
He's keeping his arms in tight to his body, not allowing anything to come in and move. Tice is looking to get that, get underneath that arm and over the head for that half Nelson. He's got it in right now. Now he's got to just cinch it up. Chest to chest.
The Sturgis team is going wild over here.
Yeah, it is. Lift that head. There's a ball for Tice. Nice win. Very nice win. 1 minute remaining there in the second period. Tice gets 6 points for the Scoopers.
You know, and you've noticed that with the big heavyweights. Once you get them on their backs, not to say, there's a lot of heavyweights that are athletic, but once you get that weight on, get them on their back, it's hard to get out of it.
Weight is hard to deal with. Now these guys, they're both big boys, right? And they're both extraordinarily strong. So never say never when you get on your back.
Sure.
But usually, when you're carrying the weight of yourself and the weight of your opponent, and you get put to your back, it's a lot of work to get off.
It's a lot of weight.
Now we go 106 pounds here, guys. This
on
is
the other
Connor
end.
Oceanic and Jet Schaefer of Spearfish.
So we go from the big boys to the
down to the lightweight. Yep.
To the lightweights.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a fun way, long time ago. There's a nice double leg. Can't quite get a return. There it is. There's that return. That's a 3-point takedown. Yep. Now he goes to work on top. Long time ago, every single duel, every single tournament started at 106, and they worked their way up to the heavyweights. So the heavyweights would be the very last match of the day, and I was in those bigger weight classes, and it's a long wait when you're just itching to get out on the mat. So there's a nice pin, man. Connor went to work. Minute 8 left in the first period.
So Oceanic will take the pin. Puts Sturgis up 49-0 on the team
Great
points.
pin by Connor.
That was good work.
So let me ask the question now. Do they draw for the weights that you start with? How do they do that?
I believe that it is a random draw previous to the start of the duel. So when you, as soon as they're matching up opponents and figuring out who's going to wrestle who, we're going to then at that point decide which weight we're going to start at. And in today's case, started in that middleweight at 144 with Jace. Now we're down to 113 with Tyler Baldwin.
Tyler Baldwin and who?
Jackson Truex of Spearfish.
Tyler's one that found himself in the semifinals last year at the state tournament, wrestling extremely well. Had an aggressive return to the mat. Got called for a penalty. The ref thought that he got put down too hard.
Yep.
During that sequence, his opponent got injured and was unable to finish the match. Because he got injured on a penalty, Tyler loses the match. The kid that's injured advances to the finals, and Tyler found himself in the wrestlebacks when he was wrestling extremely well in the semis. So he's looking this year to make a statement. Now he's put in some work
Okay,
in the
it's
offseason.
minute 4,
He's
and
got a nice one. There it is. Yep.
These kids, and Tyler Baldwin is one that is a great example of this. Things didn't work out for him the way that he did last year, but and again, one of the reasons I like this sport, there's an opportunity to just hang your head and walk away from it. Or you can answer the bell and say that's not happening again and go to work the very next day, which is what he did. And he's attended camps, he's attended different tournaments, and he decided to grow. And I tell you what, that kid is going to be a force.
And he's off to a fantastic start this season.
So Tyler
Good
Baldwin
start
gets
for Tyler.
the pin at 103, puts Sturgis
113.
up.
Yep.
113, excuse me. Scoopers get up 55-0. Who's
Here's
up next?
120, Mason Hagen and Rowan Hanshoe of Spearfish.
Mason is, I believe, just an 8th grader.
I think you're right, yep.
He got some time last year as a 7th grader. He is a really good young wrestler. The coaches are really excited about him.
Look at that. What a takedown.
That quick shot, reshot.
Nice one.
And Mason gets that takedown. Sturgis is so good on top. I mean, they really work to keep that pressure.
And these lighter weight wrestlers are so quick. You saw Mason get pushed off the mat. It looked like, but he comes back and gets the ankle pick. And down it goes.
Real quick. There's a quick roll through tilt, looking to expose the back. He's probably not going to get a pin here, but he's just looking for that 4-second count. Give me 4 quick points. I'll let him up. He'll break that hold. Yeah, looks like maybe the ref only got to 3. There's 3 near fall.
That puts him up 6-0. 103 in the period left.
And here's that tight half again. Going to squeeze. Got a minute.
He is deep, and he gets the pin.
That's what he needed.
Very nice work from Mason Hagen, the 8th grader. Yet another name. Again, every time I see a 7th and 8th grader and 9th grader, by the time these kids are seniors, those coaches are like, oh my God, this kid is still in school.
Exactly. if you're a wrestling coach for Sturgis, your mouth is just watering about how many years we have with these kids.
Exactly.
Well, that puts the Scoopers up 61-0 over Spearfish so far in the team points. Who we got next?
And now we go to 126. This will be Taylon Adams and Cameron Carlson.
Taten's a good little wrestler, again getting his shot on the varsity team this year.
You talk about the young wrestlers. The middle schoolers were out here earlier in the day wrestling some of the Spearfish kids because Spearfish didn't have a JV.
Right. So, there were a lot of middle school matches. So the trick is going to be keeping those kids interested and getting them into that wrestling room. Now, because of the advantage of South Dakota where you can bring up your 7th and 8th graders into your wrestling room, we got a 4 count for near fall. There's 4 points going up 7-0.
7-0 now.
So it wouldn't surprise me, and I'm not quite sure about the caliber of some of these middle school kids out at that time, but there's an opportunity to bring some of those kids up and fill some of these holes that Spearfish is looking at in their lineup, weight-wise. So, and then that gives those young 7th, 8th graders an opportunity to grow in the sport. Another quick turn. Ref's counting off some more near fall here. Looking to make sure that we don't have a pin. He's keeping that tight. Heavy hips here. Just keep those hips heavy. Looking for the pin. I think he's got it.
There it is.
Got it. Yep. And Taten gets the pin.
And we just keep rolling, gentlemen. It is now 67-0. Sturgis on top. It does mean something special. You get out here in this atmosphere at the West Gym. You have the light coming down. It really is something special for these young wrestlers.
It is. Well, and it's a little bit of validation for all the hard work that they get to put in, right? There's one mat in the middle of this floor. It's highlighted by a spotlight, and all eyes are on you on that wrestling match. And so everything that you've worked for right now is getting displayed in front of every eye in this gym.
Who we got next?
132. This is Parker Gravesman now. He's taking on Max. This is Sirigano.
quick takedown for Parker. Went ahead and turned him loose to get the escape. He's up 3-1. Keeps that action moving. Nice shot, nice high crotch. Doubles it off, puts him down to the mat. Three more points for that takedown.
And the crowd loved it.
any hard return to the mat will get the fans to their feet. That thump on that wrestling mat will get them excited.
Will get them upside, and he's right in front of the Sturgis crowd.
Well, that student section over there, they'll get a little noisy.
Oh, yes.
And they love coming out here and supporting these guys. It's an optional start, so a little bit different look. Usually the point of that is you're just going to turn them loose and let them have the escape. Right. Not always is that the case, man. Nice snap. He's kind of tossing him around like a rag doll. Nice.
There you go.
Little boot scoot right to his back, looking for that. He's kind of got a bear hug in right now. Got the 3 takedown, got 4 near fall. I think they put the points up there already. That's going to put the score to 13-2 now. Yep. And now we're looking, any more near fall is going to get us a tech fall, so go ahead and get that there. 6 points.
There's the pin, yep.
Well, gentlemen, not taking away from Spearfish.
Yep.
It's 73-0. It's kind of the way we thought it would go. But, I mean, these Spearfish wrestlers are wrestling hard. But let's be honest here, Sturgis is just reloaded.
They're yeah, you can't take anything away from Spearfish. There have been some matches that they've been in, right? And but Scoops came to play today.
They sure did. Yeah, they have showed it here tonight for sure.
We have Ben Nadig. Is that where we're at?
I believe so.
Trying to get the KBHB computer up and running.
Yep. Well, we lost our connection with the track wrestling here. We'll go back here in a second.
Yep, this is Benjamin Nadig. So he is also yet another young wrestler. He's a freshman this year, but he got varsity time last year. He is super solid. Brother of Joseph Nadig, who was a finalist last year at the state tournament. Ben, not to be outdone, he did very well at the state tournament. He not only qualified for the state tournament, but finished with the 4th place as an 8th grader.
Wow.
So, yet again, future is bright.
Absolutely. And he's got Jacob Foster of Spearfish, is who he is wrestling.
And you talked about the future. We were out here for a middle school tournament a couple weeks ago. There were over 600 kids out here wrestling, out here at Sturgis High School.
Yeah, the sport, I think the enthusiasm for the sport, especially here, it's growing, and it's just great for the sport. They
well, you don't have Sturgis, you have Union Center, you have Piedmont. They're got their wrestling programs going, so future is bright for the Sturgis Scoopers.
That's right. All those schools get to come into Sturgis High.
Ooh, Nadig's got a nice move here. He may.
Nice reverse.
Went ahead and lost that arm. It's not a reversal yet. He hasn't lost complete control, but he's going to scramble back, put him on his back again. See, this is something that you usually see at the older wrestlers. That composure when you get into that tight spot.
You don't panic.
Nope.
There it
is.
And there's the
pin. just settled in, kept things tight, kept things moving, and came away with a pin. Benjamin Nadig, nice win.
So the pin comes with 11 seconds left in the first period. That is the match. Final
79-0, gentlemen.
Team points 79-0, as you said. Good match for the Sturgis Scoopers.
Man, they look good. They look good. This is going to be a fun year.
So this weekend they go to Mandan.
Yep, tough tournament there.
Got a lot of things going on this weekend. The boys varsity goes to Mandan. And that is an awful tough tournament. Really, really good. Again, you've got almost 60 other wrestlers in that room that need something to do. So the JV is going to run over to Custer tomorrow and wrestle in a good tournament in Custer. Saturday, the girls will go to Custer as well. So they're kind kind of dividing and conquering a couple of different states, hopefully.
And that's one of the strengths of the Sturgis program. There's so many kids. You can take your JV kids down and wrestle other varsities at the smaller schools. Like you mentioned, Custer, Hot Springs has a tournament. And you take those JV kids down there to wrestle some really good varsity wrestlers down there.
Yep, and you're going to see, like at the Custer tournament, you're going to see some Wyoming schools and some little bit of crossover. And all of those schools will bring their varsity kids. And all of a sudden, we're putting our JV kids up against these varsity kids. And I would venture a guess that they're going to be hungry. It's going to be fun to watch.
And this is how you learn.
This is how you learn.
Yes.
Every scooper gets a victory here tonight, gentlemen, including pins. Calvin Kettleson got the first one of the night. Gunnar Sarkella got a pin. Tice Yurka got a pin. Connor Oshanek got a pin. Tyler Baldwin with the pin. In fact, it was pins the rest of the way down here tonight for the Sturgis Scoopers. So, guys, like you said, it's a good start. They'll take this momentum into the Mandan tournament this weekend for the boys. Girls will go down to Custer. So, girls tonight, though, they did fall to Spearfish. Thoughts on the Spearfish girls? Did we get what we thought we'd probably see with the Spearfish girls this season?
I think we knew that there were some good girls on that Spearfish team. There are some good girls. There are good girls for the Scoopers. And the programs, again, I want to reiterate that girls wrestling became a thing in 2021.
For sure.
Right. This is brand new, and all of these girls are developing into the wrestlers that they're going to become. So, again, the youth on really both team, I think there's a lot of time to develop and
wrestling is such a technique sport. We go to a lot of the AAU, as you do too, to the tournaments. And we are just now seeing the girls really becoming a force in those AAU tournaments. And that's where you learn. That's where by the time you get to the high school level, now you know technique, now you know moves, and that's huge in the sport of wrestling.
Exactly. A lot of these programs, it's kind of a great time for these girls because there are a lot of colleges that are adding women's wrestling to their repertoire.
Yep.
And so all of a sudden there are brand new wrestlers. Again, 3 years is not a long time to learn a sport, right? There's a lot of these boys. I told you earlier. I started wrestling when I was 4 years old. By the time I went to college, I had a few years under my belt. These girls are going with 1, 2, 3 years of experience into the college world, and they're getting scholarships, and they're going to wrestle. And I think it's just an exciting time for girls wrestling, and they have some opportunities. And I think in Sturgis, their program is building. They wrestle together. They don't split up the boys and the girls practices. They wrestle together, so the demand is the exact same for boys, for girls. They do everything they're going to do, and the development and the quality that Sturgis is going to put out in the long run is going to be off the charts.
Yeah, and of course the girls wrestle the girls, obviously. But the conditioning, the moves,
it's just amazing.
The technique that they learn in that wrestling room is amazing. And coaches don't cut any slack. They are expected to do exactly as everyone else, and they do.
They do.
They meet the challenge.
And we've already established that Sturgis probably got one of the best coaching staffs in the state. They have to. Yeah. And they're all getting that coaching, every single one of them. So I look for really big things. Yeah, it might not be tonight. Spearfish got them, but it's a long wrestling season. You might find some of those coin flips go the other way at the end of the year.
We are just underway for wrestling. So, gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up here tonight. Look forward to you being here for our next home matchup.
Greg, thank you. Fantastic job tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. It was a lot of fun.
We'll wrap things up here from West Gymnasium. You've been listening to Sturgis Scooper Wrestling and watching Scooper Wrestling with the call on Live Ticket TV. For Greg Gloat, Bob Havela, Gary Matthews, have a wonderful evening, everyone.
Sport.